Hey guys, welcome back to my Wolfed Out Skyrim series. I am Roarin the Werewolf, and in this particular adventure, me, Serana, and a couple of my followers have explored the ruins of Castle Valkahar, well, at least the unseen parts, in order to discover the whereabouts of where Serana's mother, Valerica, may be hiding, in order to find another Elder Scroll in order to decipher the prophecy. But we end up discovering more than that. A portal to a place called the Soul Cairn, a piece of oblivion. So join us, join me and Serana on this adventure. Well, now that we're all rested up, I think it's about time we explore this place. There's a nice balcony outside, though. That would be very difficult to get down. We might have to build a rope, slide our way down or something.
Incredible. Simply incredible.
So,
I'm ready when you are.
let's go. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Are you alright? That looked painful.
Kinda was. Stung a little bit. What was that?
Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul Cairn is, well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment.
So, I'm stuck with no way in.
There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem.
So you're saying I have to become a vampire? I don't think I'm ready for that.
Not your first choice, I guess?
Is there another way?
Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
But that's going to kill me.
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the ideal masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul Cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe.
Okay. So those are my only two options.
I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.
I'm not ready to become a hybrid yet. Part vampire. The Dawnguard will not want that. Well, so I'm going to have to put that off. We're going to have to trap my soul. Well, a piece of it anyway.
Yes? What did you need?
I could probably use the parts of the dragon souls that I keep on stealing from the dead dragons to help me keep me alive a little bit better. So soul trap me. I won't feel right as a vampire, at least just yet.
Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the Soul Cairn.
I'm ready.
I know this is difficult for you. I hope you trust me. I'd never do anything that could hurt you.
Oh, don't worry. You're my lovely vampire princess. I trust you completely.
Thank you. Let's not waste any more time then. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
Okay. Looks like you're gonna have to do that with Rogni and Belvald. So, I'm gonna go ahead on in, see if it's safe. Wow. Look at this place. Man, that's some sky too. What are these?
Ugh, the smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
Yeah, it smells like ash and death. And have this like little metallic scent into the air.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
Do you know anything about this place?
Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here.
So, any soul gem?
Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the soul cairn takes just any leftovers.
So we won't see wolves or mammoths or deer here. Alright, does anything live here?
Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the ideal masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living.
Okay. Do you think we're going to meet them?
I don't think anyone's ever met the ideal masters. I'm not even sure anyone knows what they look like. They could be underground, flying above us. They might be the ground. I have no idea.
So, why are they collecting these souls?
Lots of theories. Some say they feed on them like I feed on blood. Others think they use them as payment to an even higher power. Almost like a currency. A very strange currency. Whatever they're doing with them, they've been harvesting for millennia. No telling how many souls are trapped here.
Seems like kind of like their weakness. Why would a necromancer want to deal with them in the first place?
Look around you. There are some extremely powerful undead here. Even a necromancer as seasoned as my mother would be willing to spend years trying to gain access to them.
Summon them, you mean?
Exactly. It's a lost art. Most necromancers just raise up whatever bodies are nearby. A simple trick, really. Child's play. But bringing something from the soul cairn gives you something much more powerful.
So how do you think necromancers would be able to communicate with them?
Well, that's usually the trick. It's possible to do it through a simple portal. But to finalize the deal, you have to travel here yourself. And most of them never come back.
So, are you sure your mother is here with an Elder Scroll?
No, but there's no way she would have left it in Tamriel. She wanted to get it as far away from my father as possible. I can't imagine a better place.
Yeah, I don't think your father is, well, smart enough to figure this place out. And if she doesn't?
Then we find out where she hid it. If she's still alive. Well, as alive as she was before. Or is now. Or... you know what I mean.
Why not hide it in the soul cairn and then return?
Probably to avoid whatever my father would do to her if he could get his hands on her. Or maybe her plan was to come back, but she was stuck here. We won't know until we find her.
That's probably the likely case. The portal probably closed while she was still in here. Hopefully it will remain open for us. Alright, let's have a look around. There seems to be a soul right there. And a soul fissure.
Leave me be. That's the last time I argue with a Dromora. Stay away from the crystals, or you may find yourself becoming one of us.
They seem to be aware that they're dead. And to think about it, these people were in black soul gems. It's not as populated as I think it would have been.
Stay away from the Oblivion Gate, I told them. Did they listen? Of course not. end this misery? Is there no end to this nightmare?
I don't think I can help these souls pass on to whatever afterlife they choose to go to.
Is there no end to this nightmare? Leave me be. I miss the warm sunshine, green grass, blue skies. I miss being alive.
And it's strange, there's structures here too. What? That's undead specters that turn into ooze. So they're half ghosts, half undead. Alright, let's continue on. Let's find your mother.
One moment I'm raising a sword against that necromancer, the next moment I found myself here. What happened? Please, end this misery. You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
Okay, calm down. Who's Arvak?
Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
How can I help him?
Arvak? Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
Okay. Well. Look at that. There's two towers over there, glowing with some kind of spiritual energy. There's one over there too. But I assume that's the place where we need to go. If this place only had pumpkins and and whatnot, it would be a great place to go for Halloween. Oh, there's a horse. That must be him. But it disappeared. Alright, we'll find him after we talked, or try to find your mother. What the hell? That one was invisible. There seems to be all kinds of undead here. Whoa.
Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
I don't think your mother was. She probably has seen a lot of horrors in her lifetime. Look at this barrier.
Mother? Mother!
Can't be. Serana?
it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
What makes you think I'm just a vampire hunter? I'm a Dragonborn. And a lycanthrope. This is no ruse. I'm here for the Elder Scroll. And to keep her safe.
Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
Well, for vampires, they are usually the ones who attack me first. I try to stay away as much as I could, even though they try to hunt me down for, I guess, insulting Serana's father, Harkon. But that is why I'm here for the Elder Scroll, to stop him.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
Wait. What do you mean?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
How are you able to read the Elder Scroll? It must be within your vampire's ability to heal, because our moth priest is having a little difficult time translating it. So, how does Serana fit in?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molag Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molag Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
So Serana underwent this ritual willingly?
It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me.
So no.
Being selected as an offering to Molag Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that.
So, Cold Harbor.
It's what some call the domain of Molag Bal. His place in oblivion.
The tyranny of the sun requires Serana's blood. How's that possible?
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
So are you saying Harkon means to kill his own daughter? That's frackin' sick.
If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
I would never allow that to happen. I would never. No. Nope, nope, nope.
And how exactly do you plan on stopping him?
Harkon isn't really that powerful. Oh, I could transform into a master vampire. I could transform into a werewolf and rip his face off. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him so much.
If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans?
Well, it seems like you're not strong enough to take him on. I, unfortunately, am. me, my followers, Wolfpack. I'm going to have your daughter help me out too. And is this Serana's opinion on this?
You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed.
I don't see Serana as that. Plus, how would you know what I think? Serana believes in me. Why won't you? I'm just as much of a monster as she is. We are just two different kinds of monsters.
Serana, the stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you! I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
Do you have the Elder Scroll with you then?
Yes. I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
So what do we need to do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
Alright, we'll return when that happens.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnehviir roaming the Cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
Okay. So how did you become imprisoned here?
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
So what was the bargain?
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they crave. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
So they tricked you pretty much.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
So you became trapped.
Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach.
So you've been imprisoned here for all this time?
Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in.
So, who are the Ideal Masters?
I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance.
What do they resemble?
Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the soul cairn. I believe there's more to it than that.
How so?
I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence.
And the crystals?
Conduits, through which the ideal masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims.
So why would they require sustenance? They don't have no physical form.
The ideal master's weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the soul cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them.
What do the ideal masters provide in return?
The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Aeterna or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the ideal masters wind up here, as harvested souls.
Okay. Why haven't you pursued the prophecy yourself, then?
Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
What sort of attention? Like pitchforks and angry mobs kind of attention? Because that's the only thing that I can actually think about. Vampires would be facing extinction.
If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated.
So, you prefer living in the shadows?
I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future.
So if I leave the Soul Cairn, can I return? Safely?
As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer.
Alright then. Well, we shall be off, hunting down these keepers.
Be careful, and keep my daughters safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison.
So, how do you feel after talking to your mother for all this time?
Relieved, I think. All those things have been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her.
Why did you ever agree to her plan? Why did you agree to be locked up in that cave, imprisoned?
Look, I loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became clutter. I was close with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him, and eventually I started believing them.
She doesn't seem too fond of him. Though I met the guy. I'm not too fond of him either.
The moment we gave ourselves to Molik Bal, things got really icy between them. They were both drunk with power, and pulling in different directions. And then he found that prophecy, and that was it.
And you were caught in the middle of it. Stupid, frackin' stupid.
I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now.
You shouldn't blame yourself for what they did.
You don't know what it's like, coming from a family like that. Everything eventually tumbles down to you. Anyway, we should keep moving.
All right. Holy crap. Well, that's what keepers look like. All covered in dragon bones and shit. That's odd. Oh, come on. These guys are pussies. And these guys are nothing. These guys are so nothing. Alright, let's find the others. Oh, more enemies. There's a keeper nearby. Come on. Come on. Why don't you come out and play? Oh, looks like you got knacks. Thought you were going to just face me? Nope. I brought some friends. God, you guys are pussies. Okay. Now the other one must be right there. I can see it from here. Now the skeleton's playing Ring Around the Rosie with this like wisp thing that does nothing. Sorry, guy. I'm sure that wisp thing doesn't want to be your friend. Oh. Oh, look at that. There's a skull. In your face. Where's the other one? Right there. Wow, that one has a crossbow for some reason. Oh, we got that horse's skull, even though we saw it roaming around the area.
Arvak! You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvak for me. Such a good horse.
Well, I got an ability to summon an undead horse. Well, at least I don't have to bother with the living horses that I already do have. Like I use them anyway. Hey there, buddy. That's right, you're the last. Go up there. Oh, you are a pussy. Down we go! Alright, we got all the keepers. Come on, guys. Where's Serana? Is she still up there? There she is.
The barrier should be gone now. Let's head back.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
Well, they weren't really that tough anyway. So, are you still able to give us the scroll now?
Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnehviir. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate. The Elder Scroll is just a bit further. Follow me and stay close. Keep your eyes open for Durnehviir.
Wait. I hear something.
It's Durnehviir. He's here. Defend yourselves! Where'd you come from?
Come on. Come on, is that all you got? Oh, you're gonna make Ragni mad. He's gonna transform. Whoa. Come on. Now this is a fight. You undead bastards. Where'd he go? There he is. Huh. Thought he's a dragon, but I'm not absorbing his soul.
Come on. She's leading us to the scroll.
Astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
What makes you say death? I wasn't able to absorb his soul. He's probably still out there.
Volumes written on Durnehviir allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Unless...
Yeah, I think the same way.
The soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnehviir's physical form while he reconstitutes himself.
That is likely the case. So how long will that take, do you know?
Minutes, hours, years. I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll, and you can be on your way.
Look at this, such a lovely case. Elder Scroll, blood.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way.
You're staying here? After all this?
I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition.
He would need Orio's bow, which he doesn't have. But I guess I can see your point. We'll return for you when we can.
I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants.
He can try.
Promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left.
I promise. Well, guys, let's get out of here. Even though this place is cool looking. We must leave.
Come on, let's go home.
Holy crap. Wait a second. I'm not getting a hostile aura from him anymore.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin.
Well, I thought you were dead. Well, at least more dead than what you usually are.
Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death.
Why are we speaking?
I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore honor name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue.
Well, I found the battle with you quite enjoyable and equally worthy.
Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you.
Okay. What is this favor?
For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there.
Okay. What is stopping you, though?
I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more.
So, how will I be able to help you then?
I will place my name with you and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally. and teach you my Thum.
So I just have to call your name in Tamriel? That's it?
Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right.
So why do you call me Quinarin?
In my language, the Quinarin is the vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle.
Fellow Dova? I am Dragonborn, but I am not a dragon.
You are the Dovahkinder, the Dragonborn. You may not be one of us in body, but you have earned the right to bear this title.
Okay. So how did you end up here in the Soul Cairn?
There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles.
And you were a part of all of that?
I was. But unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy.
So you sought the Soul Cairn for answers?
The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica.
Well, it's true, you can raise legions of the undead, as I saw in combat. But they didn't tell you that she was an immortal.
I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul.
Yeah, because you are a dragon. It's very difficult to control a dragon's soul. Is that why you are free now?
Free? No. I have been here too long, Quinarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call.
Then it shall be done. I will do as you asked. I must now be on my way. Quite a lively chat, I might say. Alright, it's time to get out of this desolate place.
Yes?
Okay. Now that we're out of here, does it bother you that we're working against your father?
I can't say it surprises me. I kind of figured we were heading for this someday. I just didn't know when.
Will it be hard for you if we have to kill him?
If. I've been assuming that's where all this is going. I've been trying to make my peace with it. Come on, we can talk about this another time.
So, any clues about where we might find the other Elder Scroll?
Dexian said something about that scroll. What was it? Something to do with dragons, I think. Maybe we should try asking at the College of Winterhold. Sounds like something they'd know about.
I think we should head back to Fort Dawnguard, rest there for a little bit. I have some things that I need to take care of in Riften. So I might be gone for a few days. Now let's get some materials and find a quick way down from this place instead of having to go through this whole big tower that your mother has. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this Wolfed Out Skyrim video with me, Roarin the Werewolf. Remember to comment and subscribe if you so feel like it. If you want to know what mods I use, check the description below. And now you guys stay furry, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.